So today let's see what is recursion. Okay. So in programming we normally use a function. So what do you mean by function? If I want to sum, okay, if I want to sum equals to a plus b. What happens is if I have to do a sum of this function, I have to call this particular formula again and again in the programming world. So what how we do it? So a equals to 10, b equals to 20, and then sum equals to a plus b, and then we will print this equals to, which will give me the result of 30. Now let's say for an example I have to again return this program. So now I want, let's say I rerun the program means I want to change the variables, or in another machine I am going and again I am trying to do the sum of this particular formula sum. Okay, I want to do the sum again, then I have to write these 4 lines of code again and again. But what the function will do, I can create a function. Okay, so if I go for def sum of two, so this is the name of the function, and I will take a comma b. Okay, so what I will do, return a plus b. Okay, so this function, and then this function I can save in the Python library, which I will show you in another case or another video, or you can go to Google to save this particular function to another library of Python. Okay, this is a very simple program. Similarly, we can create so many functions which are related to APIs and all other stuff. So what it will do, we can save it in the Python library and we can call it. So in our function, in our system, how will we call this particular function, this particular code? So we will go for print. We'll call a print function, and we will go for sum of two numbers and 5 comma 10. Okay, and this will give me the result. Okay, so you can try it in the Python environment, either on PyCharm. I am using the PyCharm. Okay, so we can do it. Now I am calling the recursion. So what recursion will do? Recursion is actually a loop. Okay, so we can say loop until we get out. Okay, so what I will do, I will show you a simple function, okay, which I have created over here in my PyCharm environment. So if I go over here, I have created a function over here. So I will just, yeah. So this is the function, sum of the numbers. So what I am doing over here is, let me just take it in this particular environment, and yeah. So what I did over here is I have created a I have created a formula. I have created a program where I am doing the sum. Okay, so 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 5, which is equals to 15. Okay, so def sum of numbers, sum of n. Okay, and what I did is I took a result, and result is a variable, and then I created my function. Okay, so if you see over here, this I have created. Okay, so over here I created this particular function. So now if I delete it and if I print, the sum will come to 15. Okay, and if you want to run the loop, that also you can do. And if I run this particular program, I will just comment this line, and I will print. So you will see that how the loop has worked for us. So the loop has worked like this. The system has went to m is equals to 5. Then it I have subtracted -1 and then 4, then 3, then 2, then 1, and the final result is 15. Okay. Same function, the same thing what I have done in the recursion also. So what recursion is actually? Recursion is all about the function calling itself. Okay, until a loop is defined. So until a loop is until with the loop we will come out. Okay. So let me go through this one. Yeah. So recursion. In the recursion, we will create a function. Okay, and we've created like there f1 function 1 where I have given them another integer. Okay, over here, and then if 0, then return 0, else return n plus function 1 n minus 1. Okay, so now what will happen if, let's say for an example, what I'm doing, I'm taking n equals to 5. I'm calling this particular function like I have did over here. Like if you see, I have did over here. Okay, function 5. So what I'm going to do is this function is going to check first that okay, n is not equals to 0 because it is 5. So it will create a stack. It will go into the stack. It will create a stack where it will store n which is equals to 5. That means 5 plus n minus 1 यानी कि function of 4. Okay. Then it will save 5 plus function of 3. Then it will save, sorry, here it will come 4 because now n minus n it will go for 4. So I am calling it with 4. Okay. So now I am calling it with 3. So 3 plus function of 3. Then we will call it as 2 plus function of 2. Then we will call it as 1 plus function of 1. Then we will call it as 0 plus function of where it is going to return the 0. So this value is 0, this value is 1 plus 0, this value is 1 plus 2 plus 0, this value is 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 0, this value is 1 4 plus 0, and this value is 1 plus 2 plus 5 plus 0, and the final value will come out over here, which has come over here. So this is the full execution of our recursion program. Now in the next class, I am going to tell you about there are two types of recursion. Okay. Now there are two types of recursion. One is head recursion and one is a tail recursion. So I'm going to tell you about these two things as well in the coming video. Head and tail recursion. So when we call the head recursion, we will do the operations, some operations, and then we will fulfill the condition. And similarly, in the tail operation also, we will do some operation and then the condition will move on. Okay. So in the next session, I am going to tell you about this, these two things.